Hello everyone, I am Marta Tornago. I am a postdoc from CA Seclé and I'm working at CERN in these days to participate at the ECAL test beam, in which we are testing the new electronics of ECAL for the high luminosity LHC.
My name's Cor Thorson and I am data acquisition expert.
I'm Julia. I'm here to fix stuff whenever it's not working and to ensure that everything runs nicely.
Hi, I'm Davide. I'm a PhD student from the University of Torino and I just joined ECAL for my PhD program.
My name is Mattia Campana. I'm a postdoc at Northeastern University and I'm working in ECAL since, I think, 2022.
ECAL is the electromagnetic calorimeter of CMS, made of very heavy crystals, and it is used in CMS to measure the energy of electrons and photons. It also measures the position and time of arrival of these particles. It is very important in CMS because it has an excellent energy resolution, so it can measure the energy of electrons and photons with a high precision.
In general, ECAL is divided into two sections. One that is parallel to the beam pipe and one that is perpendicular to the beam pipe. An ECAL supermodule is one of the module of the section that is parallel to the beam pipe.
In particular, this supermodule is kind of special because it is the spare supermodule. When ECAL was built, there was an additional supermodule built to perform further tests in the lab. Now we are using it to install the new electronics for high luminosity LHC. ECAL will be used not only to measure the energy, but also the time of arrival of the particles with a higher precision.
We will have a higher pile-up. So to cope with the higher pile-up and to mitigate it, we have to upgrade the electronics. So ECAL is composed by crystals, then APDs, avalanche photodiodes, to read the light of the crystal, and then motherboards. After the motherboard, we are changing all the electronics, both the front end and the readout one. I'm a bit nervous about this test beam because it's the first one I have to coordinate, so I hope that everything goes well. This year is pretty long. We have 2 weeks of data taking. Each day we have 3 shifts, morning, afternoon, and night, and we have 20 people that are taking shift, plus 5-6 experts that are here basically all the days to see how the data taking is going.
As you can imagine, we need a lot of person power, and we have a lot of people actually flying in. So people that are not based at CERN but are coming from the US, for example. We have people from India, we have people from Serbia, we have a lot of people from Italy.
A test beam is basically what the names imply, a beam for testing. In this case, we require a beam of electrons and pions of different energies. So what we want to measure is the linearity. If we increase the energy of the beam, we should see an increased response from the crystal proportional to the energy of the beam, and we want to be sure that's the case. Also, we want to measure the energy resolution, which means how well can we reconstruct the energy. If we have like a 50 GeV electron, can we precisely reconstruct it? And since we are changing the electronics, we need to be sure that the new electronics is up to the challenge.
What we do is we take particles from our main system within CERN, we redirect them into this beamline, and we can irradiate our supermodule that we have in our experimental area.
The current system used in run 3 was very similar, somewhat similar to run 2 as well. So now for run 4 and onwards, we're changing most of the readout chain. So we first of all need to check that it works, but second of all, we need to familiarize with the system so that in the future, we are super conscious of what is going on with our data, with our readout system. Anything that could affect data taking, we need to be aware of it. So we need multiple test beam, multiple energies, different particles. We will use electrons and pions because we need to be sure what our system is doing.
The test beam went actually very, very well, maybe even beyond expectations. We were able to collect all the data that we wanted, even a bit more, so we had time to do some extra measurements and some extra tests that we liked. We are starting to analyze the data, and the quality is really quite good.
On the moment, we had a lot of issues to solve. The beam that we had at the beginning was really not what was expected, so we have to understand why. And also we tried a new way of acquiring data that was never done before. So we use our detector to decide on itself when to acquire data. That was not really easy to do.
We saw the first result 1 month after the test beam, but it takes a lot of time. And so far we are happy with what we see. So the energy resolution seems nice, in line with expectations and quite good. We will see for the timing resolution. That's, let's say, the hardest probably measurement that we have to do now, because it's a bit different than what we did in the past.